Hello and welcome to another AM golf video. Today we are at Castlerock Golf Club, located in the north coast of Northern Ireland. This is a links course with high winds and fast greens that is beautifully framed by the Musselin Temple. My task today, to break 90. So let's see if I can do that in these challenging conditions. If you enjoy this video, please like and subscribe, it means a lot. Thanks! Here we go again then, back to torture you all with my mediocre golf. This here is a short par 4, slight dog leg to the right uphill. It's about 200 yards to the corner, so I'm taking a 5-iron. I strike it well. First shot goes straight, so I'm absolutely buzzing. Second shot then, uphill, 155 yards. I've got an 8-iron, so I'm just trying to land it on the bottom tier of the green. The ball rolled up onto the second tier of the green, which leaves a tricky birdie putt, but a birdie putt at that, so I'll take it. These greens are lightning quick, so the ball rolls past the hole to about 5 feet for par. I overhit this quite a bit to try and save par, so leaves me with another tricky putt coming back for bogey. Luckily I'm able to get this one in. Second hole, very similar to the first, short par 4. Another dog leg to the right, so I'm taking a 5-iron again. Connect with it well, straight up the hill. Another blind shot for my second, 9-iron, 140 yards, wind from right to left. I slightly pull hook this and the wind really pushes it. I get lucky here for my third shot, lands in the path. Tough shot here though, try a little chip into the hill, and I just beat the hill by a yard or two and it goes past the hole. 12 feet for par then. Still not used to these lightning fast greens, and the ball goes 5 feet past the hole. Another tricky putt for bogey again. And again, lucky it drops. On to the third hole, long par 5, OB down the right and some bunkers in play down the fairway, so I need to be accurate with my driver today. It comes out slightly right, flirting with the bunker, but just beats it. Second shot, still 221 yards, so I'm just laying up with an 8-iron. Nice smooth swing down the middle of the fairway. Catch it a bit heavy, but it turns out okay. Third shot is a 53-yard chip, just looking to roll up onto the green. I know how fast these greens are, but I decelerate through the ball and the chip goes nowhere. Little delicate chip then for my birdie, but just look how fast these greens are and how much this ball rolls to the right. 8 feet for par then. I know how fast these greens are. It's a good roll, but I just leave it short. And that's a tap in for bogey. Holes 3, 4 and 5 all have OB down the right, as there's a train track that goes alongside. And I think that plays in my mind when I step up on the 4th tee, as I pull the ball left. Although you don't want to go too left because there's water in play as well. There's a tricky little par 3. I land between both bunkers, got a good lie, relatively straightforward chip. I slightly overhit it and it runs past the hole about 9 feet, leaving me a long par putt. It just tickles the right side of the hole and runs past about 4 feet, leaving me with another tricky bogey putt. And thankfully again I'm able to put the bogey putt in. I'm part of the bogey train here and I really don't mind. Hole 5 is a shortish par 5 with OB down the right, and the fairway narrows as you get further up it, so I decide to take a 5-iron off the tee. I make great connection and it goes exactly where I want. Second shot, I have 253 yards. I could go for it with the 3-wood, but I decide to play smart golf and just lay up with a nice smooth 8-iron down the fairway. Unfortunately, I slightly duff it, but it still ends up okay. Third shot, just off the fairway after my duff. Got 142 yards, so a nice 9-iron with the wind at my back. I'm going straight for the green, and I connect with it so well. It lands about 13 feet from the hole, giving me a relatively straightforward birdie putt. I roll it well, slightly pulled it to the left, but it leaves me with a tap-in par. I finally got off the bogey train, woo-woo! And I reward my first par of the round with a big dirty slice out of bounds on the 6th tee. Slightly unfortunate with the headwind, but we go again. Third shot now, off the tee, and this one I smoke right down the middle of the fairway, leaving me with a nice 54-yard chip over a little creek. I push it slightly right, but I'm happy with the outcome. It leaves me with 12 feet to save bogey after a bad tee shot. It's a great roll, but it just breaks slightly more left than expected, leaving me with a tap in for my first double bogey of the round. Uh-oh. On to hole 7 then, quite a difficult shot here in the wind, quite a narrow fairway with a few bunkers in play. I slightly sliced this one, but it's really emphasised by the wind. It's coming right into our face and it really pushes this out to the right of the fairway, which leaves me with a really tough lie with the ball way above my feet. I tried to go for this here, which was stupid. I should have just tried to play it out onto the fairway and go for bogey, but I tried the hero shot like an idiot. Second attempt then from another terrible lie. This time I connect with it okay, but it comes out a bit right and short. I can't seem to get out of the tall grass on this hole. This leaves me with a tricky chip over the mound and on down onto the green. I pull it slightly left and it leaves me with a tricky 18-foot uphill putt for bogey. This was a decent lag putt, which leaves me for a tap in for another double bogey. We're falling apart. Hole 8 is a par 4, 400 yards, big dog leg to the right. It's about 230 yards to the corner, but with the strong headwind, I have to take a driver to even make it there. I connect with it well, which it just rolls on to the second cut. Uphill second shot then, 153 yards. I've got a 7-iron. This comes out way right and puts me into the long stuff again. Another tough lie here for my third shot. The green is just about 36 yards away, down the hill just in front of me, hoping for a nice little chip out. Anywhere on the green will do. I was unlucky here. I thought it was going to roll out more and it just stays on the fringe of the green. So now a tricky putt uphill. So trying to save par here made me overhit the putt slightly, leaving me with another tricky putt for bogey. This was a decent putt, just rolls past the hole, but now you can see I've lost the head a bit. Don't take my time over this putt, and I do the dreaded rushed putt triple bogey. Need to try and mentally reset after that, so what would be better than a long par 3 into wind? Got a 5-iron in hand. I absolutely smack this, and I think it's going right for the flag, but the wind just kills it in the air, and I end up short. This pin location is so hard, so I try a little bump and run, but it snaps to the left so hard. These greens are so fast. 9 foot for par then. And I just don't hit this one uphill, leaving a tap in for bogey. Hole 10, short par 4, wind is at our back this time, so I take a 5-iron to get to the top of the hill just. I connect well and it goes exactly where I want it. Second shot, 164 yards. I have a 9-iron in hand because it's downhill and the wind is at our back, so I'm hoping for it just to land short and roll onto the green. Unfortunately, I half the ball and it goes flying over the back of the green. Chip shot off the back of the green and I completely decelerate through the ball and it barely makes it to the top of the hill. Second attempt then, 20 yards this time, fourth shot. Let's see if I can get a bit closer to the hole. Feel like Happy Gilmore here. Tap, tap, tappy. 22 feet to save bogey. I'm lucky it lips out here, or else I would have been off the green again, leaving me with 5 feet for double bogey. And again, the putting's letting me down today, so that's another triple bogey. The short game hasn't been there today, but let's hope the long game can continue to be half decent. I hit a good 5-iron off the tee here, down the 11th fairway. 267 yards then, second shot into par 5. Going for the hero 3-wood here, and I completely top it. I'm lucky enough it rolls down the fairway a bit, leaving me with third shot, 145 yards. Nice 9-iron here. This is the joys of playing a links course in high winds and fast greens. I absolutely flush this 9-iron. It lands at the front of the green and rolls the whole way off the back of the green. The joy of golf. For my standards, this is a decent chip. Leaves me 8 feet to save par. I'm quite tentative with this par putt and I leave it short. And that's a tap in for bogey. Hole 12 then, it's a 420 par 4. Again in the headwind. I hook the driver here and the wind takes it so far left that it lands on the other fairway. Second shot then from the other fairway, 158 yards in the wind. I've got a 7-iron here, hoping to slightly draw into the green, but I push it out right and it's going towards trouble. Luckily it just stayed out of the heavy rough and in the second cut. Third shot, 58 yards, got my 58 degree in hand. I'm just going to send this into orbit and hopefully it lands softly beside the hole. And for once, a shot that I planned pays off.
That's for par, yeah.
Leaving me with a 3-foot tap in for par. This one felt good. Currently I'm 16 over par, so I have to play the last 5 holes in even or less to break 90. Can I do it? Decent first shot off the 13th tee again. Got a bit lucky, it just bunched over some bunkers, leaving me with a nice smooth 9-iron to try and hit the green. I catch it a bit heavy and I just land short of the green, leaving me with another dreaded chip. "13 feet then to save par." And once again I overhit a putt. Oh, the dreaded 3-putt.
Infuriates me, that shit.
14th hole then, another longish par 3, into wind again. I have a 6-iron in hand and I pull hook this one, and honestly I had no idea where it went because of the sun. This leaves me with a real tricky chip then. I'm not going to make excuses here, but as I was about to swing, some walker spoke on my backswing, hence the evil stare. I'm really happy how this chip worked out, as it leaves me a 6-foot putt to save bogey. And shock horror, a putt that drops. This is a beautiful hole. Hole 15, par 5, 510 yards. Just a blind shot up the hill into the sun. This was unreal. I slightly pull it to the left, decent connection into wind, but it leaves me in the thick stuff again. So I have to lay up 7-iron out of the thick stuff. I connect with it well and it goes down the fairway nicely, leaving me with a 9-iron into wind, third shot, and unfortunately I catch this ball halfway up and it flies over the back of the green. This was a relatively straightforward chip, but again I decelerate and I barely mix it to the top of the hill. Deja vu. Long 29-foot par putt then, over a little ridge, and I'm actually really pleased how this lag putt worked out. So a 6-footer to save bogey, and another putt drops. Not bad. 16th then, 145 par 3, wind at the back, so I'm taking a pitching wedge. Fortunately this just comes out left and stays left, leaving me in a tricky situation with another chip out of the long stuff. But it works out okay, and it leaves me with a 13-foot putt to save par. This was a decent putt, just rolls past the edge. Tap in for another bogey. This is my favourite view on any golf course. The 17th tee on Castlerock. Unbelievable. Look at that view. Can I follow it up with a nice drive? Yes, I can. That was a really nice drive, and I almost rolled into a bunker, but thankfully I didn't, and now I have 240, blind shot over a big hill, so I just take a 7-iron into wind. I absolutely flush this. Luckily I land in a good spot just over the hill, 98 yards, third shot. This comes out slightly right, but it's pin high. For some reason I decided to chip this because my chipping was going so well today, but it ends up okay. Leaving me 5 foot for a par, and the putt drops. What's happening? 18th tee then, another beautiful view, nice valley fairway, sun setting, hard to beat. Unfortunately I couldn't follow up the lovely view with a good shot, and I pull hook this right onto the first fairway. I get a lucky break here. The first shot was so bad that it ended up being good, and I actually have a decent angle into the pin here. I hit a nice 9-iron here, but it just falls up short. Just chipping off the green, third shot. Decent enough chip, lands about 7 feet from the hole. So this for par. Unfortunately, I just didn't hit it enough, and I have a tap in for bogey. So today's story then, long game was half decent, off the tee was tidy enough, the big letdown was the chipping and the putting, and that just gave me too many big scores on some holes. 22 over, I didn't break 90 today, but I'll go and work on my chipping and putting and come back stronger. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, it would really mean the world to me. Let's keep growing this channel together. Thanks.